Hello, and it's another video about what's on my long arm. It is October 7th, 2023, and today I have one of my own quilts. This quilt was, I want to say, I think 4 years ago, or coming up on 4 years old, and I am happy to say that I can tell a big difference in my quilting over the last 4 years. I didn't think so, but as I have this on my long arm, I can see a huge difference on my newer quilts. This particular quilt was the very first pattern that I put in a sketchbook and said, I'm going to make this quilt. And I made this quilt because, number one, it was super easy. Number two, because I had particular fabrics that I wanted to use. And so let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, so as you can see, I have a solid, and then I have these little rectangles of speckled. I believe the solids came from a Kona solid bright color pack. I'm not 100% certain about that, but I'm fairly certain. I definitely know that these are speckled. I absolutely love this fabric. This actually was the color that I was planning on making the backing, but when I went to order it, they didn't have it anymore. So I ended up with this darker one, which is actually this color. And I'm actually happy that it is this color. Now that I have it on the quilt, I kind of like darker quilts just because, I don't know, I guess I'm a dirty person. I usually use them on my couch, and I spill stuff. This is an older blanket, and like I said, I really wasn't great. I do have some, I don't know if you can see, yes, you can see in the video, I have some watermarks because I did not store it properly. The reason it's taken me so long to quilt this quilt is because it was initially intended to do, I wanted to do like custom quilting in each one of these squares and do like the rectangles and kind of do like a practice. But I've had it and had it and had it, and finally I said, you know what, to heck with it, I'm going to put it on. So for my stitching, I went with glide thread for this because I thought, with all these little speckles, how cool would it be to have just a little extra shine? Also, for the backing, oops, I'll take you over there, hope you don't get dizzy. For the backing, I did not have a Magnasoft thread available in a color to match, but there is a Magnaglide color that matches really well called Persian, and so that is the color I am using on the back, and as you can see, it's really close, blends beautifully. I'm using Glide Fog on the top, and I don't know if I can tell, my ironing skills were not beautiful, and my piecing skills were definitely not beautiful. I have some places where it's stretched out, and then right over here we got where it's not stretched out, and those are the places I can tell where I've become a much better quilter, so that's nice. The pattern that I chose to use for this quilt is Jungle Party. It's by My Creative Stitches, or by Christy Dillon for My Creative Stitches. That's one of my main websites that I go to for my long arm patterns, and I think it's pretty cool. This is kind of like my test for this pattern, and I am really liking it. I do not like super dense quilting because, like I said, I normally put it on my couch. They go camping with us. So I don't like super dense. I like, you know, a nice moderate, and this is it's a good feel. Good feel. While I'm doing this video, I thought I would mention that I have a bunch of these little squares that were cut off from a pattern, and I am in the process of squaring them up, and they turn out to be 1 3/4 inches. They are super cute. It's taking a long time though. So I'm in the process of doing that, and I think I'm going to make probably like a pot holder or something with those. One of the other things going on in my sewing room is I am actually doing a really easy iris chain quilt. I've got all of my blocks together. It's just a scrappy blue quilt. And after I got that all pieced together, I believe this was, no, I'm certain, this was from Joann's. It was a little 2.5 inch square. I think there was 240 squares in the pack, and this was one of the same 240 squares from Joann. It's just a white-ish background, 2.5 squares. So I put it together that way. I didn't have a jelly roll for that one. I just really liked, blue is my favorite color, and I just really like these, and I said, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and put it together. And then I got it together, and then I had this background, and it was like white, and it did not match. I thought, oh Lord, here we go. I'm going to have to go to Joann and match the fabric. But while I was searching through my fabric, I came across this, which is a Bellasado junior layer cake, and it is porcelain, and I think that it matches perfectly. So I am going to go ahead and finish that quilt, hopefully within the next couple of days. The reason I was digging in my stash today was because I got this new quilt pattern. I haven't got it up in my shop, but if you are interested in this pattern, you can email me, Bree, at Breezy Quilts, and I can get you one. So this is, oh no, super cute, but it is a fat quarter pattern. And I thought, let me break out one of my fat quarters. And I was looking through, and I found this, and I actually have 2 packages of these. When I got these, I absolutely loved this bundle. It is by Kathy Leo of Quiet Play. I actually am subscribed to her newsletters. I love her newsletters. She always has these beautiful rainbow quilts. It's just like, you know, the kind of stuff I love. I mean, obviously, right? So I have these, but I also have all these coordinating fabrics to go with that fat quarter bundle. And I even have a backing. Excuse me. Oh. And it's just, it's an ombre, and it's got colors, and it's got the right colors. It's got this, this yellow that matches that yellow, and the purple, the blue, depending on where you go, like, it matches pretty close to that. Anyway, so that's, after I finish the iris chain, I'm going to go ahead and do this beautiful pattern. And I feel like it's going to be super easy. That's my cup of tea. Easy patterns, easy peasy. Okay, so also going on in my sewing room right now is a pot holder for Christmas. And it is not done, but this is how far I've gotten. This is the back. This is going to be, let me see if I can show you. These are going to go together, and like this, and then, like, you know, you can put your hand in and grab it. And then I also have a little trivet. This is just going to be like what I would sit on the table and put a hot dish on it for Christmas dinner or yeah, pretty much Christmas dinner. It's pretty Christmassy fabric. So I think that's about it going on in my sewing room right now. I don't know, I have ADD. All right, so sorry for stopping and starting and all the jumpiness of the video, but I am going to not edit it, just put it up. It is going to be what it is. But I am going to take you out with a little bit of stitching on this jungle party. Well, that was fun. I was planning on going a little bit longer, but I had a thread break, and I just remembered that I wanted to say, if you are a newer quilter and you are worried about your quilt and sending it to the long arm, this quilt is proof. You can be a beginner quilter and send it to the long armor, and it will turn out beautifully. We are familiar with having issues with quilts, and we are usually really good about fixing them. If you were to send a quilt to me that was in a condition that was maybe less than desirable, I would contact you and I would tell you, listen, this is how I can fix it, or this is how I can fix it, and then we will make that decision together. So even though this quilt was not fabulously put together by myself 4 years ago, it doesn't matter. You can see the quilting still makes it a beautiful quilt. So don't worry about that. Contact me if you have questions. My phone number is on my website, www.breezyquilts.com. And yeah, everybody, let me know if you like the quilt, if you like the jungle party pattern, if you would pick something different, any of that stuff, any of those comments. I love to hear it. We're no editing, perfect. We are all artists and we all think slightly differently, and that's the beauty. You guys might come up with something that I wouldn't have thought of, and I can be like, oh, and I can keep that in the back of my mind for next time. So please, please share your thoughts. I'm excited to hear. All right, till next time. Have a good quilting journey, venture, whatever it is. Have a great day. Bye.